Martel Wiley, also known as Trench's News, or Snitch's News, as we'll call him on this show, was born on May 7, 1984. This is the Cartoon News Network's feature presentation, Ratatouille, the life story of Snitch's News. Martel Wiley no longer claims any gang affiliation, but he was a black disciple from the Madden Park Homes, representing Newtown. In 2006 or 2007, he moved to Parkway Gardens, until the Newtown Beaties started beefing with their former allies, the Beaties from Wick City, in 2010. He was known as a scammer and a thief, so people called him Swiper. His people moved to Jarrow City before the war with their allies from STL, EBT, and O Block really kicked off in 2011. Snitch's News started kicking it with people like FBG Duck, Wooski, and FYB, J Main.
First of all, he was saying he was a BD from Waste. He was saying he was a BD from somewhere else. He was like making something, I don't know. I forgot what he was saying he was BD from, but it's merged. He was just dirty, bro, and he had a smell to him, so it hit different. But with the mask, Trench's News, he used to stink, bro. So I don't know if he still stinks to this day, because I know he got like YouTube money now.
The Ida B. Wells Homes, which also comprised the Clarence Darrow Homes and Madden Park Homes, was a Chicago Housing Authority public housing project, located in the heart of the Bronzeville neighborhood, on the south side of Chicago. It was bordered by 35th Street, to the north, Pershing Road, 39th Street, to the south, Cottage Grove Avenue to the east, and Martin Luther King Drive to the west. The Madden Park Homes, where Snitch's News comes from, were the last public housing project built in the city of Chicago. It was completed in 1970. In the 1980s and 1990s, the Madden Park projects became heavily infested with gang activity, and drug addicts inhabited the buildings. Massive gang wars erupted between gangster disciples and Black P. Stones in and around these housing projects, as the gangster disciples fought for complete control of the drug trade. Security guards were even targeted, which resulted in a guard getting mowed down by automatic gunfire in a security booth in 1988. In 1994, a major group of gangster disciples switched gangs, becoming Black disciples, which caused the gang wars to increase in intensity, as GDs and BDs fought viciously all around the housing complex. In the year 1999, the project buildings began demolition, until 2005, when the last buildings were torn down, and Snitch's News needed a new home. In 2006, or 2007, Snitch's News moved into Parkway Gardens. So, he's got stories about O.D. Perry, Chief Keef, and King Von to tell. He's been telling stories on activities in O Block for a very long time. Just ask another blogger from Chicago, Truth Teller, about Snitch's News.
I remember Trench's News before he was Trench's News. Look, Trench's News was like a source of mine like 7-8 years ago. I tell people this shit. Like, Trench's News used to tell the truth. This shit finna happen. And like, truth, you better report about this shit. This shit finna happen. He used to tell me shit like this 6-7 years ago before he was Trench's News.
Snitch's News is like the T.K. Kirkland of the Chicago drill scene. He has a story about everything and everyone, because he was everywhere. He can tell you where he was when the planes crashed into the Twin Towers on 9/11, and so can I, because he was in jail. I'm sure there's a story behind his arrest for possession of weed in 2002. And even more entertaining tales behind all of his arrests in 2003 and 2004. In 2005, there's a soliciting charge. I'm dying to know more about that. He also got popped for carrying a gun. Snitch's News was arrested a few times in 2007 and 2008 when he claimed to live in O Block. But none of his arrest reports reflect an address on King Drive. In September 2010, he was arrested for domestic battery. This time his address reflected one in O Block. But when he was arrested again a month later, his address changed to one in Jarrow City. The murder of Reezy, also called Ra Ra, from Wick City, led to the fallout between the Beaties from Newtown and the Beaties from the Wick in August 2010. This is, obviously, before the murders of Tuka and OD in 2011. We'll let Snitches News tell his story, and then we'll return for a look at the arrest reports to dispel the rumor that FBG Wooski had anything to do with Reezy's murder.
The situation was that Ra Ra brother had grabbed one of the folks' wife ass. You know what I'm talking about? He palmed it. He ain't just smacked it, he palmed it. You know, she got a little fat one. You know, actually, it's little Mikey Ike's sister who he grabbed ass. Mikey Ike's sister, my homie married to Mikey Ike's sister who be with Lil Durk. Ike, Mikey, whatever y'all call him. I call him Lil Mikey. He got a twin. So, he be with Lil Durk though. So, he palmed the ass. So her little brother now went around, little twins now went around. So she had called one of the little guys from Newtown. He a drunk, skinny, weigh 100 pounds. Ra Ra brother, 6'1", 6'2", probably about 175, 180. Man, my homie Lil Rad knocked him clean out. Boom, man, you said you touched my sister-in-law? Yeah, I touched her. What you gonna do, nigga? This our block. Wow, wiped him out one punch. He fall out right in the gates when you come across the street by White and them crib, by Vaughn them crib. He fell out. So motherfucker, wake him up, being polite, wake him up. Folks and them woke him up. Hey, bro, you tweaking, bro. We all the guys. He, man, y'all jumped on me. Get back. He run down to the other end. He tell his brother Ra Ra a lie, because Ra Ra wouldn't have never went for it. So he tell Ra Ra a lie that Newtown just jumped on him. Newtown, Fifth Ward just jumped on him. They come down there with 15 pipes, 15 niggas. Everybody got pipes out. We tired of y'all niggas. Wasn't nobody trying to hear the story. And this how Newtown end up getting into Old Parkway because of that. So, wasn't nobody trying to hear the story. So, it's like Newtown, it was like, bro, some Braveheart shit, bro. Some meeting up. Some 1776 type shit. George Washington them type shit. Like, it's O Block, the whole O Block Parkway. Not Edo them. They wasn't involved with that shit. Not Trey Five them. They was gone. They walked off. So, it was just the big guys. All they big guys. They was on one side, and we was on the other side. And Ill and his, I think that's his brother or his friend, his homie, whatever. He used to be with Ra them all the time. I don't know if that's his real brother or his fake brother, but he ended up doing a dub for the shit that happened. So Shorty got the gun. We used to call him Trigger Happy Will, bro. He used to be running around Parkway just willing to shoot. He was a trigger happy motherfucker. Like anything that happened, he blowing.
According to arrest reports, Ill Will is Willie Sally, also called Lil Will, from Parkway Gardens. Trenches News didn't say his name, but Fo Enem, that busted shots from the Newtown side, was their leader, Cashel Williams. One of the stories told to investigators is the same one told by Snitches News. Basically, there was a confrontation with an unnamed female and some nigga from Newtown that led to Ra Ra's brother getting beat up. His brother wakes a sleeping Ra Ra up to confront the Newtown beaties, and Ra Ra is accidentally killed by his friend, Lil Will. Remember, I said Snitches News story matches the statements told by one of the witnesses. But there are other conflicting statements out there. Another story is, Cashel Williams was aiming at Lil Will, but hit Ra Ra instead. After Lil Will's arrest for the murder, he claimed that he was at his girlfriend's house and didn't shoot a gun. His girlfriend, on the other hand, told a totally different story to the police. Lil Will then changed his story. He later claimed that he shot Ra Ra in self-defense because Ra Ra was running at him with a gun. Whatever happened, happened, and the end result was, beaties from Newtown that migrated to Parkway Gardens, after the buildings were demolished, like Snitches News, were no longer welcome on 64th and King Drive.
In 2011, the gang war between Wick City and SDLEBT intensified when Tukaville was created with the murder of Shondale, Tuka Gregory, and O Block was formed, after the murder of O.D. Perry. 2011 also marked the year that Patoon, from O Block was murdered, and the year that Chief Keef burst onto the music scene with his first single, Bang.
Bang, 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 bang. The smoke's got me going off, hear it in the air.
In 2012, King Von would begin his murder spree. In October, he killed his arch-enemy, Modell McCambry. Snitches News has a lot of stories from this time period. One, that he likes to tell a lot, is where he personally escorted E-Dog around Jaro City, during the height of the war, hoping to initiate peace talks. Let Snitches News tell it. He was an OG, a neutral observer, that wanted nothing but the best, for both sides. The truth, of course, is a lot more complicated. Before his death, the feds were investigating King Von, in an attempt to charge him with conspiracy, in what would eventually develop into the O-Block RICO case. Federal agents were investigating the murder of FBG Duck, and all of the murders, allegedly committed by King Von, including the murder of Modell McCambry, in October 2012.
I looked again, I see T-Roy, J Money. I walked across the street once I seen T-Roy, J Money. Von was in the cut too with them. When I got across the street, and motherfucker like, what's up? Tell man, where them niggas at, man? Ooh. I'm like, man, I don't know where no niggas at, bro. Me and my homie, we about to go and get over some hoes. Ooh, we all drugs and that motherfucking thing. You know, J Money and what's the name? They was like, yeah, they like, yeah, ooh. Von wasn't trying to buy that shit. Von was like, man, where them niggas at, bro? You be with them niggas, bro. Ooh. I'm like, man, look, man, I don't play that type of shit. I'm grown. I don't know where they at, even though, you know, I knew where they was, cause I just left out the crib. But it ain't about being loyalty or nothing. That's your fish. You go and catch your fish if you want. Like they go and catch their fish. I ain't back doing them. I brought E-Dog go to Rose and told E-Dog I'm gonna bring him back to O-Block. I did that. Modell them coming now. I'm getting halfway into Rose. Modell them coming. Him, Lil Key, I think Miles was with him. I don't think, Miles was with him. And they was walking. They was talking about they finna go to a party and shit. They been talking about this shit. That whole day they finna go to a party or some shit. I told them straight up. I say, man, bro, dude them back there, bro. Don't walk that way. You hear me? I say, dude them back there. You hear me? Don't walk that way. They that way. I told you I was running through the blocks, but I did tell Modell them, did warn them to watch out, man. You hear me? They walked across 63rd. I kept it moving. Remember when I told y'all that's when I get to like, I ain't gonna lie, when I get to like 60 seconds in Champagne, bro, that's when all the shots went off. That's when the shots went off. Wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah. It went something like that. Wah, 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 wah.
During this time, Snitches News is not the innocent bystander to the gang war that he would like everyone to believe. He chose a side. In May 2013, he wrote, "Fuck the Wick. Fuck the Bricks. Fuck Lamron. And fuck 4-6. Damn, okay. Tell us how you really feel, Snitches News." In September 2013, he tweeted, "If you kill Dirk and Reese, that's a first 48. In October 2013, he wrote, "By the way, lil homie, I'm the only BD with a gang. No insane? Straight 24/14, but I only hang with villains. What the F is a front street? What's up with these 2011 BDs? I will never lock the gates with you foo-foo ass niggas. FBG out now. Put in some work, then holla at me my niggas. Die 600. And he replied to a tweet from Lil J with, on O-Block. Pissing where Platoon got killed. LOL. All of this goes to prove that Snitches News wasn't the Martin Luther King of the Chicago streets, preaching love and peace. He was a street nigga, trying to help his team get some legal money in the music industry. There's nothing wrong with that, just don't rewrite history. Snitches News likes to brag that he was the first person to get FBG Duck's music played on the radio. In 2013, he wrote, "I won't stop, till FBG at the top. GBE, belong in the garbage, or trash can." In the year 2014, Snitches News would get arrested with his Clout Boys Entertainment shirt on, and claim he was present at another one of King Von's murders.
Butter, K.I. and Cray Cray. They Cray Cray and Butter, Cray Cray and K.I. was shooting dice. I'm telling you from the end before the killers popped out. Butter was sitting on a gate that was enclosed. So Butter was nowhere in the hell that when they popped out to kill K.I., it was nowhere in the hell Butter went through that gate. Butter jumped over that gate and left them on everything. He jumped over that gate and left them. That was the last time Butter seen K.I. when he jumped over that gate. So don't tell me I wasn't there for you. Okay? When I turn and look, as we coming down, I'm turning and look. You know how you look and pay attention to everything? Bro, they in the cut, bro. It ain't no building too far along from them. They in the cut with like, it's like a building, and then it's a space in the cut. You can see right through it. Hey, look. Vaughn, Big A, and Troy on T-Roy on everything, bro. They was in that cut on everything. They was in that cut. And Butter know it was Vaughn, man. I don't know why you trying to put on all this facade and all this. Vaughn gave him some money and paid him in jail and all this. Yeah, he probably did give him some money, so he wouldn't tell on his ass on everything. But Butter, a person who was out there with Butter, then already told, and this is public record. This came out on Reddit that Krayshawn, the one who he said Cray Cray, Tyler, Chris and Snoop, which K.I. was Snoop and he was Cray Cray, he already told the people in jail when they came and seen him, bro, in Stateville. He already told that King Von's the one who killed Jakira Barnes, man.
If you've enjoyed our program so far, please like this video, and subscribe to our channel. In 2015, Snitch's News would get shot in the head, but survived. This is the second time that there was an attempt on his life, during a robbery, that ended with him surviving a headshot wound. In 2004, he was in the process of earning his associate's degree, when he was attacked by unknown assailants, after picking up a pizza from Italian Fiesta, on the 1900 block of East 71st Street. After recovering from injuries suffered during a shooting a second time, he was arrested again, in 2016, for domestic abuse. So, the domestic abuser spent the years 2017, 2018, and a lot of 2019, in jail. In 2020, he started his popular YouTube channel. Of course, he attracted the attention of the FBI, by placing himself at the scene of murders committed by King Von, during their investigation into the bounty placed on FBG Duck's head. We call him Snitch's News, because he is a snitch, by his own definition, and street rules. The feds are building a RICO case against the BDs from O Block. They need to establish that, O Block, is a criminal organization, like the Italian Mafia. Cooperator 1, may testify at trial that he was a black disciple, initiated through the Newtown faction, but lived in Parkway Gardens, from 2006, or 2007 to 2011, and that O Block members held meetings, where, $20 in dues were collected. So, to sum things up, Snitch's News may testify that O Block was, in fact, a criminal organization that held meetings, and collected dues. MUOP's lawyers filed a motion in limine, to exclude the testimony of Snitch's News, who is identified by his initials, MW, for Martel Wiley, and others. MUOP's lawyers argue, although the details have not yet been provided to the defense, it appears that, MW, has been paid for the information in this case. Federal investigators also showed Snitch's News, a collection of surveillance footage, obtained by the police on the day that FBG Duck was killed, called the Camtasia video. Paid informant, Snitch's News, identified Marcus Smart, better known as MUOP, at the 2-minute 51 seconds mark, and the 4-minute 28 seconds mark of the Camtasia video.
And this last time me going over it, if you read that article, all that shit is them asking me questions, and they asking me questions because they trying to get to the point with Kenny Mac, what me being him and Sally's, and when I came home, me texting them, you know what I'm talking about, me texting, me motherfucking kicking it with them, cause that was my Sally.